It all began behind the crumbling walls of the old mansion deep in the woods, just outside the town. No one dared to approach this place, as it was known in the legends to be a site where dark forces ruled. The townsfolk believed that the door of this mansion should never be opened, for once it was, a darkness that brought death would spread across the world. A group of young people had heard the tales of this mansion, but didn't take them seriously. One autumn night, the bravest among them claimed he could go to the mansion's door and touch it. It started as a test of courage, but the outcome would be terrifying. As they ventured into the depths of the forest on a dark night, they felt lost among the ominous whispers of the trees. When they finally reached the mansion, the massive door loomed before them, covered in years of moss and mold. The only sound behind them was the eerie hooting of owls breaking the night. The brave one stepped forward, approaching the door. His hands trembled, and his heart pounded in his chest like a hammer. As he reached out and touched the door, a cold shiver ran through his body. A groan emanated from the door, as if a long, silent monster was waking from its deep slumber. His friends recoiled, but it was too late. The door slowly began to open. Beyond the door was a dark void, as if looking into it would suck the soul out of anyone who dared. The young people hesitated, but there was no turning back. The one in the lead took a step inside, followed by the others. The interior was filled with an eerie silence and the rotten smell of decayed furniture. Cobwebs hung from the ceiling, merging with dark stains on the walls, creating a grim atmosphere. Suddenly, a whisper emerged from the depths, dark as a shadow, a voice that chilled the bones. An unseen presence was calling to them from the depths of the mansion. The young people looked at each other, but at that moment, one of them took a deep breath and collapsed to the ground. His face was pale. His eyes seemed to stare into nothingness. They tried to wake him, but it was in vain. He was the shadow's first victim. The others quickly tried to flee, but the door had closed. Trapped inside the mansion, their hopes slipping away, the darkness grew thicker, and they felt as if the walls were closing in on them. One of them dashed up the stairs in search of an escape, but what awaited at the top made their blood run cold. At the top of the stairs stood a figure in front of a mirror. This figure wore old, tattered clothes, but had no face. Despite having no eyes, they could feel it seeing everyone. The figure slowly turned to face the mirror, and suddenly, the mirror cracked. As the cracks spread across the glass, they left a deep fear in the young people's souls. The mirror shattered, and the figure, like a shadow, flowed towards them. Screams echoed through the mansion's walls. As each of them searched for a way out, the shadow hunted them down, one by one. Locked doors, dark corridors, and unknown entities drove the young people deeper into the mansion. In the end, only one remained. Trapped in the innermost room of the mansion, he listened helplessly to the echoes bouncing off the walls. From the dark corner of the room, a voice arose. You should never have opened the door. Days later, the townsfolk noticed the mansion's door was open, but no one dared to go inside. There were no signs or sounds from within. The names of the missing youths became shadows in the town's legend. The mansion's door was locked once more, this time sealed forever. But one night, that dark whisper from the depths of the forest was heard again, and this whisper began to echo in the ears of those who ventured too close to the mansion at night. You should never have opened the door. We're a new channel, and we need your support to keep growing and improving. Please follow and like, and leave a comment for more content.